Hi friends, my name is Miss Robin, and I am the juvenile librarian at the East 38th Street Library, which is a library in the Indianapolis Public Library system. So I am here today to do a craft with you. And before we get started, we want to say a quick thank you to the Indianapolis Public Library Foundation. Because of the Indianapolis Public Library Foundation and their donors, we have the money to set up the kits so some of you can actually pick up a kit with everything you need to make this craft. So thank you, Indianapolis Public Library Foundation. Yay. So today we have a messy one. So if you don't want to get messy, now is a good time to go and either change your clothes or put on an apron or something to cover up your clothes, because today we're making slime. And it's not just slime, it's fluffy slime. So it can get a little sticky and a little messy, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so if you can get to the Indianapolis Public Library East 38th Street branch in time, we have about 18 of these fluffy slime kits that have just about everything you need to make your slime today. But most of what's in here is stuff that you may be able to find around your house. So if you don't get a kit, you're not out of the running. You can still play. So the things that you'll find in this kit is, first, we have glue. You're going to need to have 2/3 a cup of white school glue, and it's got to be white school glue. It doesn't have to be Elmer's necessarily, but it does have to be white school glue. We have shaving cream. Now it does need to be just your regular shaving cream. It cannot be a gel. It has to be the kind that comes out as a foam. And you're going to need 2 to 3 cups, and you'll decide as you're making your slime how much you want in there. The more shaving cream, the fluffier the slime. We have a little container with some baking soda in it. So the baking soda is very important for this process. You're going to need about 1/2 teaspoon. But this is more than 1/2 teaspoon, so you have extra just in case. We have contact solution. The contact solution is what changes your mixture from just glue and baking soda and shaving cream. It takes it from that and turns it into slime. Contact solution is very important. We have 2 colors of paint. So if you don't use the paint, your slime's just going to be white. But if you do decide you'd like to make it a different color, you can use your craft stick to put a little bit of the paint in there, mix it up, and have a different color. We have some glitter. I don't have glitter right here with me at the moment, but I did put a little bit of glitter in there, so if you decided that you want some glitter slime, you can put some glitter in your fluffy slime. We have 1 plastic measuring cup, so you can measure things before you put them in your slime. We have 1 plastic tablespoon. So this is going to be something you can keep to measure with later. It is 1 tablespoon, and you may have to do some estimating today. And estimating means that we don't have an exact measurement, but you have to look at it and say, I think that's about half. We also have 1 teaspoon. And again, we might have to estimate with this a little bit, but you do get 1 teaspoon to help you with your measuring. We have a craft stick for helping you stir things up and for helping you put in the colors and the glitter. And that's about everything I've included in the kit. There are 2 things that you need to provide at home. You need some water. I'm just using regular old tap water. And you need a bowl. You're going to have something to mix the slime up in. I do not have one of these here with me now, but if you have a Ziploc bag, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get one of those out, just because it'll give you someplace to put your slime when you're done playing with it. So that's everything we need to make our slime. Okay, so now we're ready to get into our slime. So the first thing we're going to need to do is get our measuring cup. Make sure there's not anything in your cup, because I found a little piece of paper in mine and I don't need that in my slime. And then you're going to get your school glue, your white Elmer's glue. We're going to take the top off, and we're not even going to worry about keeping the little screw top here. We need the bigger opening, and we're going to take our cup, and we need 2/3 a cup of this glue. So let's look at our measuring cup here. You see right here, look at your cup, there's a spot that says 2/3. So that is where we want to fill it up with glue. So this can be fun. It might take a few minutes of squeezing, but go ahead and take your glue, just hold it upside down over your cup and start squeezing out your glue. It's not that bad when you take off the cap. And we keep going. Make sure you pay attention. You don't want to go too far over the 2/3. Keep going. And I have reached my 2/3, so I'm going to stop. So you can see on my cup, right there, 2/3 for my glue. So I have my glue, and I am going to pour my glue into my bowl. Now that I've measured it, just pour it into your bowl. And you're going to need to take your craft stick and kind of scrape the edges here to get the rest into your bowl, because you need all that glue. Make sure it's falling into your bowl and not onto the floor, not onto your clothes. Get as much of that glue out of your container as possible. And you'll see I have a bowl full of glue. It's hard to see because my bowl's white and my glue's white. Okay, so our next step is going to be to add some water to our cup. So for water, we're going to need 1/4 of a cup. So you're going to use the same cup here. It's okay that it's still got glue around the edges, but 1/4 of a cup is right down here. Remember, you can use any kind of water. Tap water is just fine. So I'm going to pour in my tap water until I see that it gets to 1/4 of a cup. See right there, 1/4 of a cup of water. Now we're not going to add it to the glue yet. What we're going to do now is we need our baking soda. Remember, we have way too much baking soda in here for what we're making, but we need 1/2 teaspoon. We need 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda to make this project. So go ahead and carefully open your lid. You don't need baking soda all over the room. And we need 1/2 teaspoon. So remember, your teaspoon is your smaller spoon. And that is a whole teaspoon. So this is one of those times when we're going to estimate where you fill up your teaspoon. And so if I look at my teaspoon right now, that is too much. It is not 1/2 teaspoon. So just kind of look at it and kind of estimate until you see that it looks like about 1/2 of your spoon is full, and then you're ready to go. It does not have to be exact. And just so you know, one of the things that the baking soda does for our slime is it helps it firm up. So we do need the baking soda for our slime. So we're going to take this baking soda and our cup of water, and we're just going to pour the baking soda into the water. Make sure it's all in there, and then kind of stir it up so it's all mixed in with your water. Now we're going to take our mixture of baking soda and water, and we're going to take our big bowl of glue, and we're going to pour our baking soda and water into our glue. So we're going to mix this up a bit until it's not all separate, until it looks like one thing. When it's well mixed, we won't be able to tell the difference between the water and the glue. So this might take some mixing. If you can see mine here, I'm going to go ahead and show you right here. This is what mine looks like right now. It's getting close. I want to mix it up a little bit more. Just be careful when you're mixing that you're not sloshing it out of the bowl, because that's going to be a big mess to clean up later. Nobody likes having to clean up a mess. And keep mixing it up until it looks pretty good. Okay, I think mine looks good. Now, if yours isn't ready, go ahead and pause here and keep mixing until you think it's all mixed together. Okay, we're back. And now that your glue and your water and your baking soda are all stirred, we're ready for what's going to make our slime fluffy slime instead of regular slime. And what makes our slime fluffy is our shaving cream. Now remember, you need a shaving cream that comes out as a foam. Let me show you. It needs to come out like that, not come out as a gel or a lotion. It has to come out of a foam. This foam has a lot of air in it, and that's what's going to make our shaving cream nice and fluffy. So I'm going to just put this aside for now. Rub it into my hands because it's got some aloe in it and it's good for my hands. And then we are going to grab our good old measuring cup because now we're going to have to measure out our shaving cream. Now to make our slime, our fluffy slime, you're going to need 2 to 3 cups of shaving cream. And it's going to be up to you to decide how much you want. The more shaving cream, the fluffier the slime. The less shaving cream, maybe a little bit more consistency. Up to you. But I'm going to start with 2 cups, and my measuring cup here goes up to 1 cup. So let's go ahead and fill it up to 1 cup. This is kind of fun, actually. Fill it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I have half of my slime shaving cream that I'm going to start with. So let's go down here so you can watch what I'm doing. And now we are going to put all of that shaving cream into our slime. And you can use your craft stick to get it out of the cup, just like we did with the glue. Makes a mess. Okay, but that's only half of what we need. We need another cup of shaving cream. So let's go ahead and get that one ready. Okay, 2 cups of shaving cream. And just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and pour this into the bowl. And you may need to use that craft stick to get the shaving cream into your bowl. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say you're going to need the craft stick to get the shaving cream into the bowl. So now my mixing cup is kind of a mess, but it will wash clean if you want to hold on to it. And this is what the bowl looks like. So now we need to start mixing the shaving cream into our bowl. This is going to take some patience, again, because we don't want to get shaving cream and glue and water and baking soda everywhere. But we do want it to mix up nicely. So go ahead and keep mixing. It does make a mess. Now you know I wanted you to change your clothes. But keep going. Okay, it's looking okay now. My bowl's about to overflow. You can see, mess on me. Okay, so we've mixed up our shaving cream into it. So you can see it's very white. There's not a lot of color to our shaving cream, our slime. There's not a lot of color to our slime. So if you would like slime that is not white, you have your 2 cups of paint. And so I think I want my slime to be red. So I'm going to pick the red paint today. And I'm going to scrape off my craft stick, put it in my paint, take some paint out, and I'm going to mix it into my slime so my slime can have a little color. So if you like your slime just the color of the shaving cream, you can leave it white, or you can do this now, where you go and you get your paint. If you have food coloring at home, you could try food coloring, but we have paint. You can see it's starting to change color. It's getting kind of pink because I put in red paint. And red and white make a pink. So I would like it to be, ooh, there's some nice color there. Just keep mixing until your colors get mixed in there. If you think you'd like it to be a little bit brighter color, you can go ahead and get a little bit more paint in there. Let me get my stick here. I'll put a little bit more paint in. Okay, and mix it up. You see, I'm going to have a light pink slime. Now, if you're smarter than me, and you probably are, you might get a bigger bowl because my bowl is about full. I'm about to overflow. But we're getting to the part where we're going to start getting our contact solution. So if you got the kit from the library, you already have a solution that has boric acid and sodium borate in it. If you can see that. You need to have contact solution with those two things in it for it to make slime. Now see, what usually makes slime is borax, which is a kind of liquid starch, but it's a little easier sometimes to use the contact solution because it already has that kind of thing in it. It works for making our slime, and we don't have to mix it up, and we don't have to worry about having a lot of liquid starch around that could mess things up. So we are using our contact solution. The Equate Saline solution for sensitive eyes has exactly what we need in it. We have our boric acid and our sodium borate in there. So this will help us make slime. Now, this is my cup of my contact solution, and I am going to need my tablespoon. If you remember, our tablespoon is the bigger of those white spoons. And we need about a tablespoon and a half. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just 1 tablespoon first. So since I don't have to estimate anything, I'm going to just fill this all the way to the top. I filled it to the top, and I'm going to go to my messy bowl of slime, and I'm going to pour this in there. Because this is what's going to cause the slime to be slime. Get your craft stick and start mixing it up. Very carefully. We're going to start with a craft stick, but we're going to end with using our hands to mix it up. You can see it's starting to change its consistency. It's starting to change texture. So we're getting slimy now instead of what we had. And that is the boric acid in that contact solution, which is helping turn it into slime. You can see it's already getting pretty good. Okay, keep mixing it up. Okay, and now I'm going to go like this. I'm going to get my craft stick out of there. And now is the fun part. Now I get to stick my hands in the slime. It's not quite slime yet, it's still a mess, but we need to really mix this up to make it into slime. So here we are looking at our bowl. Put your hand in there, see how messy it is? You use your hand to mix up your slime. Keep mixing it up. This is going to take a while. Now, if you don't like the way it sticks to your hand, you can put a little powder on your hand or a little of hand cream on your hand. As long as you don't use too much, it's not going to hurt your slime. But you can see how it's getting firmer, and it's letting us pick it up like that. So it's becoming more like slime. Keep mixing it up. Listen to the sounds it makes because of all that shaving cream in there. It's got that extra air that's making it fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of my contact solution because my slime is still very sticky and I need it to firm up a bit. So a little bit more contact solution. I'm just going to dribble some on there, or you can use your tablespoon to kind of measure and make sure you get another half spoonful of the contact solution in there. And this is going to help firm it up a little bit and make it less sticky. Let's go ahead and move this down so you can see what I'm doing. Look at that. That is not what we started with, is it? And I'm back up here. Look at this. It's starting to stick to my hands less and stick to itself more. So if you want to, you can add just a little bit more contact solution, but you're looking for this type of consistency. Maybe a little less sticky. If you want it less sticky, add a little contact solution. If you're running out of contact solution, just a tiny bit of the baking soda will firm it up a little bit. Look, I have slime in my hair. But keep doing this. The more you do this, the more your slime is going to firm up. So I've got my slime, and I'm trying to make it into a ball. It's fluffy slime. Fluffy slime doesn't make a very good ball, but you can kind of roll it between your hands like this and see what you can make. And when I drop it, it doesn't really bounce because it's too fluffy. Now you might try after the fluff starts to go away from your slime and it becomes more slime-like and less airy in consistency. Try this again and then see what happens when you drop your slime. See if it'll bounce. It may bounce when there's not as much air in it, but you can tell it doesn't just splatter all over the place because we have slime now. We do not have water, shaving cream, and glue. And we can go like this and stretch it. We can go like that. We can kind of twirl it. We can roll it. We can do whatever we want with whatever you want to do with slime. I always like to see how thin I can get the slime before it breaks. I can almost see through it now. You can see a little air showing through, but now it's going to start to break and it's going to start to drip more. This is the way slime acts. Pretty cool. Now, you can never have enough glitter in your life as far as I'm concerned. If you don't care about glitter, you don't have to do this next step. But I love glitter. And I have this bright orange glitter here and this pink slime, and I think they need to be together. So I'm going to take my glitter and just pour a little bit of glitter, heck, on my slime. Look at that. And now I'm going to have to mix it up some more. So I'm going to carefully fold my slime over the glitter so that the glitter doesn't just go all over the place. And that kind of puts it in the middle of the slime. And now that it's all folded in like that, where I can't see the glitter anymore, I'm going to pick up my slime and play with it just like I was, and just keep kneading it and mixing it. And I'm starting to see little shiny bits showing through now. You may not be able to see this at home because the glitter is an orange color and the slime is a pink color, so they kind of go together. But it is getting mixed into my slime, so now I have pink glitter slime. And you at home, if you decided to use some glitter in your slime, you have whatever color glitter slime. You might have chosen to leave your slime white. You might have chosen to just use the paint. But you have whatever slime you chose to create. Check that out. And you can tell the more we play with it, the more it solidifies. But the more you leave it alone, the more it starts to spread out, and possibly, if we hold it like this, see how it's going to start to drip between my fingers? Because it's not in motion anymore. So it's going slow because I made it pretty solid, but look at that. It's dripping between my fingers. If I move it over to my other hand, sometimes it may get a little sticky again and you'll have to move it around a little bit. Let's see what it does. See, it's starting to drip between my fingers. Might take a while, but it's going to start moving again. We have our slime. And so this is your slime to do with as you see fit. One thing to keep in mind, is that eventually the fluffy part's going to go away in a day or two. And that's just the nature of the slime and the shaving cream that we put in it. So it'll be fluffy for a couple of days, and then it'll just be like regular slime. Now, to keep it fluffy longer, put it in an airtight container. You can use a Ziploc bag for that as long as you close it very tightly, and it'll keep it from losing its fluff as fast. And then once it's regular slime, still keep it in the airtight container, because that will help it to stay slime longer, and you'll have your slime to play with for a longer period of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed making slime with me as much as I enjoyed making slime with you. There it goes. So this is the end of the craft today. Wow, this is fun. So again, we need to thank the Indianapolis Public Library Foundation and their donors for giving us the opportunity to make the kits with the ingredients for the slime available to some of our patrons, and to be able to put this on YouTube so that everybody can play along. So thank you again for playing with us today. Thank you, Indianapolis Public Library Foundation, and thank you, friends, for joining in and having fun. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.